Hey guys, Oliver Turner here, from the Outsourcing King, and I want to welcome all my friends from Twitter. First of all, thanks for following me, and I hope to be connecting with you guys soon. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of the very important lessons that I've learned when it comes to outsourcing, right? And most specifically when it comes to dealing with people that you work with, and that is giving them feedback and giving them feedback immediately. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. When you're working with somebody and you give them a task to do, all right, it can go two ways. You either like it or you don't. You know, you're impressed by it, or you have some corrections, they didn't follow instructions, or it's just not the kind of quality that you want. Either way, you are supposed to say something about it. You know, you're just not. The worst thing you can possibly ever do is just keep your mouth shut and not say anything. That's the worst thing that you can ever do. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is that whenever something goes right or something goes wrong, is to let them know right away, immediately. Like I like saying it the same day, or probably a couple of minutes after I receive it, I let them know right away. I give them feedback. Okay, so let's see. When I do something right, what I do is I give them a compliment on it. I say, you know what, I was reading, I was reading your work, or I was looking at the results that you produced, and I wanted to let you know that I am very pleased with it. Let's say they did a web design for me. Okay, I want to be very specific about the things that I actually liked about it. I might say something like, I like the color coordination of the website and how you placed this picture here and made the logo look really good. I mean, it's a good job. I'm very impressed with your work. Okay, keep it up. I might say that. Yeah, and what this does is it makes them feel good about their work, like they accomplished something. Because most people don't feel good enough. Okay, a lot of people don't appreciate and notice things enough in this world. Whether it's friendships or your staff or your family members, there's just not enough praise going on, and people deserve to be acknowledged. Okay, for the things that they do right, because they did a pretty good job at it, so they deserve to be acknowledged. All right. So let them know what you think and acknowledge their performance is one thing that you can do. Another thing is when they are, of course, not performing well, they didn't do well, for example, or they didn't quite um, perform the way you wanted them to. You have to give them feedback right away. And what I mean by feedback is you have to let them know what you think. Let them know, first of all, what they did wrong, and then let them know what they can do to improve. Okay, so that's one of the best things that you can actually do when it comes to giving feedback. For example, let's say you gave instructions to one of your workers to um, create a 300 to 500 paged article. Okay, not 10 to 500 page. What am I talking about? 300 to 500 word article for you to be submitted in websites. Okay, so what do you do from there? All right, so you're gonna give it to them. You're gonna give them the instructions, and they give it back to you. And let's say the quality wasn't there, or it was just didn't click. You let them know, hey, when I was reading through your work, and first of all, good job on following the instructions. And I noticed that this point isn't really quite explained as well, or you talk too much in this part, and you don't elaborate enough, or you don't give enough value. Okay, what can you do next time so you can give more value? Okay, you might even want to give them examples or lead them through the path of what you think would be a pretty good article. Because part of getting your staff to produce quality results is you training them well and giving them your expectations and your standards. Okay, so if they don't know this, then they pretty much don't know what to do in order to kind of reach that quality that you want or fulfill your standard. Okay, so you got to be very specific of what you want to get done. Okay, your quality, and you have to exactly what your exact expectations are, and if they're not met, be ready to give them your feedback, to train them, and make sure that next time they get it. Okay, so feedback is very important, and I would say is one of the most important things that you can have when you're having a team, you're having a staff, is giving them feedback, because this is how they improve. Okay, when you first get somebody, they're not gonna be perfect. Okay, they're not gonna be like like the 100% perfect employee that's gonna make you money and there's no corrections. That's just impossible. That stuff just doesn't happen. Okay, what you do is you get someone that's skilled and that's good, and you teach them how to work with you. Okay, they need to know how you work, how well you work, and stuff like that. And they need to know what your working style is, your working preference. And once they know what that is, okay, they can be fully more integrated into the way you do things. Okay, things will be a lot smoother, but you're gonna have to give them feedback. You're gonna have to train them. Okay, guys, that's about it for this video, and I'll see you guys soon.